find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballers. Introducing Nic Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, SmashMouth Footballers.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballers. I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm the Cadillac.
Guys, you're going to love this episode. We're going over the NFC East. It's going to be one of the best episodes I think we've had yet so far. But while you're out there, we truly appreciate all that love and support you're giving us. And, man, we're just growing. The only thing is I think we're going to have to come off that helmet a lot faster than I thought we were.
That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Yeah. I do love Saquon. I like seeing it. I like having it around, but we got to get rid of it.
Yeah. And so, all that's going to do is bring us on to the next challenge.
Yep. We're not going to stop giving away. We're going to do giveaways all year long. We just need people to contact us because we still have some things.
And we got people out there that's won stuff. Hey, check our videos that are out there. We've got giveaway videos directly. Just check them out. See if your name's on there. Contact us at smashmouth1footballers@gmail.com and let us know, hey, this is me. This is my handle, blah, blah, blah.
This is my address.
This is where I'm at.
Yep, we'll send it to you. We got a box full of stuff just waiting to mail it out to people who've won who just, for some reason or not, cannot get it.
We got a guy named RJ. He won a shirt. I think it hasn't been shipped yet just because of materials and issues, but it should be coming out to you shortly. Mm-hmm. But other than that, that's the only person that's contacted us.
Well,
yeah, and if you're out there, please, we're on every platform right now. So if you look us up, we'll tell you how to get a hold of us. We'll put it all right here. You can, any form, whatever fashion you'd like to get a hold of us, we would love to interact. We're in Central Louisiana. We posted on X about the Flash Pride we did earlier this year, and we have a golf tournament that we're going to be supporting for muscular dystrophy here in the local area as well. Yep. And if you have any kind of fundraiser or anything you'd like us to get involved with or bring notoriety to, contact us. We'd love to get involved more and more.
If nothing else, just mention it here on the podcast.
Yeah, we can mention it. It costs nothing to mention it. Get your name out there. And we've already supported one cause. We're going to support another. And we'd like to sponsorship in any way positive. We can change the world. We will. And
my favorite cause? Because I said so.
That's a great philanthropist.
Sorry about the cough, guys. I've had this cough for like 6 months now.
Stop smoking.
Mm-hmm. We're going to get into it.
Let's go.
Let's go, Cowboys.
Cowgirls.
What are they doing? What are they doing? So they get rid of another.
Or we can just start off.
Let's start NFC.
Yeah. All right. So who we got next? NFC East.
Yep. Cowboys.
Cowgirl.
So the Cowboys have got rid of another 1,000-yard rusher, Rico Dowdle.
Yep.
Brought in two really nobodies into the room.
Javonte
Williams.
No, it
makes no sense. Javonte Williams played every game last year, except for week 17. He only had 530 something yards. The guy is he's a failed experiment, and I don't know why anybody gives him a chance. But it shows me that they are 100% going running back in the first round.
You think?
They have to. There's no other. You give up on Tony Pollard, 1,000-yard rusher after 1 year. You give up on Rico Dowdle, 1,000-yard rusher after 1 year. And you bring in Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders?
Maybe they want two 500-yard rushers.
Miles Sanders is not a 500-yard rusher.
Maybe they're like 50 cent pieces
0-yard
before
rusher.
they're like dollar bills.
I think they go Genty, and I think they go big on Genty. And man, whoever gets Genty is getting a generational talent. Whoever gets him it's going to be big. It's going to be big. So they also bring Paris Campbell he signed a 1-year deal. Paris Campbell from the Eagles. He didn't do anything. He had like 6 catches last year. But 2 years ago, he had 600 plus yards. So 3 years ago. So he is a viable receiver. He's a fourth receiver. He's really, offensive guard, Robert Jones from the Dolphins, $4 million, 1-year deal. They're going 1 year, just like everybody else. This is a big one. Dante Fowler from the Commanders. That's from on the edge. 1 year deal, $8 million. So the Commanders just let him walk out. I mean, he was a weapon for them last year on their defense. Their defense was very bad. The Commanders.
He's just never lived up to that first round hype he got. Not in Atlanta, and anywhere he's gone, he's been a journeyman. I mean, he produces, but he's never been that 1 year first round talent that everyone saw.
Right.
I mean,
right.
the you can say so far. This is what I can say so far. You're just naming these names, and we can say it. Like Robert Jones, Miami got better whenever they got the swing tackle from Pittsburgh, and they got rid of him. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's just a piece.
Peyton Turner
constantly hurt.
Now the Saints dump him. They pick him up.
He's a first round talent.
Yep. So it looks like Jerry Jones is going, oh, this guy was a first rounder. This guy was a first rounder. This guy was a first rounder. But not all first rounders are hits.
You can say it was Solomon Thomas.
Maybe he thinks that he can get it developed with his new head coach.
So you got Solomon Thomas, Kenneth Murray. He was acquired in the trade. Kiar Elam. I kind of like that one.
I always liked him. I mean, he traded for the Bills. I think that's a good pickup. They got to shore up the other side. I mean,
CJ Goodwin's not the guy for that. Marquise Bell,
he's a pretty good safety.
He's pretty good safety, but none of these moved the needle at all. None of them. Maybe Dante Fowler. Maybe if they can figure out a way to get him to play every down. I don't know. I don't know what you do. But there's nothing here. There's nothing.
I think what's making the most noise is they've probably got, the second best defensive player in the NFL, and he wants to get paid.
Yeah, Micah.
Yeah, and that's it. On X, it seems like Micah Parsons is talking about maybe holding out for a bigger paycheck. And
you already seen what happened with the edges this year. If the Bengals would have signed Hendrickson last year, they wouldn't have to worry about this $40 million number. And if the Cowboys are going to keep pushing this down the line, they're going to end up paying more money for Micah Parsons than what they can right now.
Yeah, and if you can't, maybe they need to look into something else.
That's a big trend in the NFL is they kick the can down the road instead of making the smart decisions early.
Yeah, take it now. Take it while it's there.
The Cowboys do got they got some pieces here that I don't agree with the Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, and I honestly, God, they're going to draft a running back, and whether they get Hampton, they can draft, they can trade down and get Hampton, they can trade up and get Janty.
I don't think they trade up. I don't see them.
They can't miss.
I agree with that. Now they're going to get a good running back going into this.
Yeah, can't miss.
I think the Raiders are set to get that Janty pick.
They may be. I just know that you got Henderson coming out. You got there's so many
of them.
And Jenkins. There's just so many that you can't miss on a running back this year. They're just going to have to make a decision. Do I want to move up or will I want it down?
They really need one that's just as much of a threat catching the ball as he is running the ball.
Which is why I think Caleb Johnson makes more sense too.
Because
and you can probably get him in I think he's going to move up. But I thought for a second you could probably get him in the third.
Probably late second.
Yeah, late second, early third. What I do see them doing is they're just value shopping right now, and they did some good things. Like these are all boom bust pick. Like you're not investing very much on your defensive ends, right? Like no, you're not. Dante Fowler was a first round talent. He can be a good player. Peyton Turner, when he's been on the field, has been a difference maker, but he's always hurt. So they shored up their defensive line, right? So we can say Solomon Thomas the same way. Like, hey, you put him in the defensive line, you're going to run a 3-4. So you do got talent up there, and you got it fairly cheap. So I will say that about Dallas. They try to do it with their secondary, and if they can get decent play out of that defensive line with these slew of number one picks they have on it now, you still got Diggs playing corner.
Yes.
You still got Parsons if you sign him.
Yep.
Okay. What they need to do now.
Trenches.
Look, maybe you make a huge deal. Maybe you wait till the second round, third round, you pick a running back. And you shore up that offensive line because at one time y'all had two all-pro Zach Martin. Y'all had the team. Y'all had an offensive line that it was amazing, and there's rookies there now that didn't produce all that well last year.
Odigizua, he actually can be a mainstay on that defensive line.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You could build around him.
Yeah, and I thought maybe that's what they did, and they said, "Hey, maybe we can get one of these older first rounders to stick right here." And you only not paying them $8 million, $3 million.
And that's where Solomon Thomas comes in.
Yeah, Solomon Thomas has always been a productive player. He never was that number 2 or 3 player that came out, but
he's never been great. He's just been solid.
But at San Francisco, he was solid. At the Colts, he wasn't that great, but he was solid, and that's kind of all you're looking for right now. And if on that cheap deal, like I'm kind of looking at some of these teams, like I know why the Saints didn't sign Payne Turner. Like I understand, like.
He doesn't want to be there.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
he was hurt. But if you're you give some of these guys like a new blood, fresh start or something, they can really.
And I think Peyton Turner will do better with the Cowboys than he ever did with the Saints.
And they got Diggs on the other side of the corner, and on the other, they've kind of been looking for another corner for they were going. Oh man, Stephon. Wasn't Gilmore for a while there 2 years ago and all that. Now that you said I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna go get Elam. Go get him. And why not?
Why not? I mean, he's proved himself.
Yeah, we already got a ball hawk on one side.
He's got a winning pedigree.
Yep.
So
the question is, if they're gonna to build up this defense, where do they go with offense?
They're gonna have to build it in the draft.
You got to go through the trenches and draft.
So, question is, are we going wide receiver, running back?
They got
because all they got is CD Lamb.
They got to go running back.
You think that's it?
They have Kevon Turpin. They re-signed Turpin.
Yeah, they re-signed Turpin for $18 million, but I mean he's still not that guy.
No, he's the best return man in the NFL.
That's where
he's a very dangerous gadget guy. If they need him to come in to play wide receiver here and there, they got to go offensive line trenches. And
my question is, if you say they were going to go running back, why did they pick up these two guys?
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Just in case.
I don't think it's a just in case. You don't just in case with a good running back class like you have right now.
I mean, without these two guys, who's in the running back room?
Honestly,
nobody.
Think about it. Who wants 2 failed experiments to teach my new running back?
Miles Sanders doesn't move the needle at all. I don't even know why Miles Sanders is still in the NFL.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams is well on his way outside the NFL because of his lackluster play.
Well, it's not just lackluster. He has the inability to break through the line and get yardage.
But he has the size to do it.
That's all it is. But I mean,
he doesn't have the will. That's the way I see it.
Because I felt like the Broncos had a decent offensive line last year for him to make positive yardage, and he didn't do it.
No, he did not.
But you got this scrawny little quarterback out there outrunning him.
Yes.
Getting more yards than him.
So, yeah, they got to go running back.
I think but I don't think they go first round.
You don't think they go running back?
I don't think they go first round either.
I think they're going offensive line. You got Mimbu that may fall. Will Clapp. What do they? I think they picked 12th. You got Mimbu. You got Will Clapp. You can go inside. They trade down. Then go get Zabel.
Yeah,
they can.
They do pick 12.
Yeah, they can go get Booker. Booker. I hate to take a guard so soon, but he's a. You can always trade down and get one of these guys, and that's where I think they got to go. Kelvin Banks, his stock's going down right now, but at one time he was thought about the best tackle on the board. And
the running back draft has fallen directly into the Cowboys' lap because there's 5 or 6. I mean, they could take one in the 3rd round and still have a 3-down back.
Oh, yeah. It's the deepest for them. I mean, later on, you can go like 30th. If you can go down 30, 31st, you can get Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State. You got to go offensive line, I think. They've got to shore up that offensive line. Like at one time, that offensive line was your bread and butter.
Yeah, their offensive line was impenetrable.
Look, Dak is a good quarterback. We can say what he will about the playoffs.
No, he's a good quarterback.
But him and CD Lamb are amazing together. Well, hey, he's been hurt. You know why he's been hurt? Why Cooper Rush was out there and all that ridiculousness? Because you didn't have anybody blocking for him.
I think Dak is a good quarterback, but I also thought Tony Romo was a good quarterback, and they are exactly the same. They can get you to the playoffs. They can't get you past the playoffs. They can't get you anywhere in the through the playoffs.
Well, I know that.
So they got a first-round pick. They got a second-round pick, third-round pick, 3 fifth-round picks.
Yeah, I'm trading those.
Out of all the team, they're in the best position, I think, to trade down.
Yeah.
You're going to probably see Will Johnson fall, cornerback, or you're going to see Tez McMillan may fall. And I think Golden goes to Denver, but if Tez McMillan starts falling, maybe Sean Payton's like, oh, I want him. If Warren falls, teams will be salivating to go get that, especially after what we saw happen in Las Vegas last year.
Right.
People are going to be salivating over our tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And this tight end market, as we said, in free agency was weak.
Right.
And he's a difference maker. And Dallas at 12, like one of these 3 or 4 guys falls, they're in a great position to trade down.
I know they took Dante Fowler. I know they got Payne Turner, but I could see them taking an edge guy in this draft.
Why not? It's a deep edge group, and
It's
you got
very deep.
Yeah.
And they are almost can't miss. They're almost can't miss guys.
yeah.
So yeah, I think the Cowboys are in a good position.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but
I
think
do
they
too.
are.
I don't agree with them getting rid of Mike McCarthy. I don't agree with that move. And
Yeah,
doing
they
what this stuff.
kind of treated a Hall of Fame coach badly.
He just wanted to be there longer. For what it's worth, the struggles they had earlier, he had them winning at the end of the year with nobody.
Right.
With nobody.
So they're going fresh faces.
Yeah, and they're just trying to shore up as cheap as possible, I think, and they're going to draft. Like, I like the strategy. I really do. Hey, let's shore up our secondary. We know what we got on the offensive side. Like, we know we got CD. I'd love to. They're tight end. They have good tight end, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. Let's get our quarterback healthy. Let's see if we can get the discount double check on our defensive line. Some of these first round talents that just haven't panned out everywhere else, and let's try to build this through the draft. And I think that's the direction that we're seeing right here.
If Dak can stay on his feet,
That's it.
They might be dangerous.
That's if he stays in Dallas.
When he, if he stays, but when he plays,
got that rumor mill saying he's going to go to the Browns.
yeah,
I've seen that.
It's been floating around.
Now, would you trade all them pieces? Would you trade all them picks to get Dak Prescott if you were Browns?
After I got burned with the last trade I did for a quarterback,
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
I would draft Shakeup before I did it.
Oh no, sir.
I would draft Shakeup before I did it. As a matter, yes. I like Shakeup more than y'all.
Yeah, I like Tyler. I like Tyler Show more than you guys do.
Yeah.
So I like Tyler Show more than I like Shador Sanders.
No, I do not.
He can throw it at every level of the field.
I like Dart.
See, there we go.
I don't like Dart because he came from that offense.
But
He's Baker Mayfield remade.
But none of these guys would be anything in next year's draft.
That's true.
They had to come. They got lucky to come out this year because next year is solid.
All right. So what's our next team, Chad?
We've got the G-Men. We got the Giants.
The New York DeVitos.
Trying to figure out what are they doing here.
They're trying to ruin our boy's career.
You know what they're doing? They're not going to draft a quarterback, I don't think. They're drafting a quarterback.
Good for them.
Yeah. They're going to say,
them.
we're going to build this. They're going to go to the trenches. They got a decision to make. I'm going to tell you this. We're going to go through their moves, and then we're going to have to talk about a decision they are going to have to make. All right. DeVito, Tommy Cutlets is there again.
Yeah, third. He'll be a practice squad guy.
We're going to have a competition at quarterback, Wilson or Winston. We're going to have a competition.
I like it. They gave Winston 2 years, and they gave Wilson 1.
Yep. Well, Jordan Humphrey has never done much in the NFL.
Just a big body receiver.
Same with Zach Pascal. He was always run deep. We saw him do it with the Colts and all that. Darius Slayton was a pretty good re-sign, I thought.
I like it.
Yeah.
They gave him the welcome back, contract, $36 million.
There's a lot of times where the quarterback play determined who liked who, and as good as Malik Neighbors was last year, there were times where Slayton was getting the rock more than him.
Yep. Straight over the middle.
Yeah. They re-signed Marset, that doesn't move the needle with me. Now, some of the offensive tackle line they Forsyth and Hudson, they got a little deeper on there, and they went and got Steen. Van Roten, they re-signed. That's a really good move. Van Roten's always been a solid guard. The Paulson Adebo signing, I thought, was big. Paulson Adebo will get a pass interference penalty here and there, but he can play some corner.
Can he?
He can watch.
He knows exactly the timing to put his hand up in there.
He can play some corners. This is sneaky good. Javon Holland, too, on safety. That was a great signing. I think they shored that up. I really do like the moves. I really like the moves in the secondary. Last year, I thought it was sneaky good when they brought Brian Burns in on that trade. They think they got great value for that. And I thought the bread and butter of that team was going to be the Thibodeau, Brian Burns on the defensive ends. And as much as I hate to say this, this is the dilemma. Because you brought in depth at the defensive line. You brought in depth at the offensive line. You thought you had a standout talent at defensive end with Thibodeau. You know you brought in standout talent in Brian Burns. Mm-hmm. You have a very elite wide receiver over there. You got 2 journeyman quarterbacks. You got it depending on the ball. But you got the 3rd pick, and you're going to have a decision.
This may be Genty's pick.
I don't think so.
No.
You don't think they're going to get a running back?
Yes, they will.
They will, but
in
this
the 4th
is
round.
way too early to take
Think
him.
so?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have...
What if they trade down? What if they trade down and get more value and they still get Genty?
You can't trade down. You're going to get arguably the Cam Ward goes to Tennessee.
Yes.
Okay. You're going to get Travis Hunter, or you're going to get Abdul Carter. You're going to get one of the best players in this draft.
Travis Hunter is going here.
Well,
Think so?
This is what I got to say, because Kayvon Thibodeau is injured. He's not always there.
Right.
Like,
So
they've got to make a decision. Do you believe in Kayvon Thibodeau, or
So Malik Neighbors
And I think
and Travis Hunter.
I think if Travis Hunter goes to the Giants, he's a wide receiver.
I think if Travis Hunter goes to the Giants, he plays both sides.
Well, me too, but definitely he's a more polished wide receiver than he's a corner, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you got Travis Hunter, you got Malik Neighbors on there, that is, you will automatically, with the re-signing, you're going to have the best wide receiver room.
You have to decide as a front office who is the best player in this draft. It's not Cam Ward. It's not Shedeur Sanders.
No,
it's either Abdul Carter or it's Travis Hunter.
Yep.
It's one of them 2 guys. There's nobody else.
How sad is that?
And it's not even close.
To be Shedeur Sanders and know that people want Travis Hunter.
So you have to decide who is more important to what you're trying to do. For me, all day long, it's Travis Hunter.
Me too, because he's a huge piece.
He's a weapon. He's a huge weapon. And Abdul Carter already has a shoulder injury that he's still rehabbing.
And his foot. It was his foot.
It was his foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's gonna be back. I mean, they've got to make a decision on how much do we like Kayvon Thibodeau. Because Abdul Carter, Thibodeau coming out was a ball. He just cannot stay healthy. He's not been very productive. And he's still young. Like, I don't know if they give up on him yet. I don't know if they try to move him. I don't know if they want a 3-man rotation on that on the defensive line.
Look how many edge rushers are coming out.
Yeah,
you can get somebody to fill in for Kayvon Thibodeau when he's not in there. You can get them later in the 3rd, 4th round.
This is the discussion I have around them. The only look, if I'm them, I take Hunter, right? I take Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they did something sneaky good here to make sure you don't have to go get Abdul Carter. They went and got Chauncey Goldson.
Yep.
And I think that kind of gives you like what direction they're thinking of. And
one of their biggest needs is cornerback. So you get a double whammy.
Yeah, you get the best player in the draft. You get
a wide receiver and a cornerback.
Yeah,
you get a corner who can play either packages at wide receiver, or you get a wide receiver who can fill in at corner if need be.
I mean, they got Paulson Adebo, right?
Yep.
So they've kind of shored that up.
Yep.
Hey, you got him on a 3rd down and 15. 3rd down, you want to play quarters. You want to go man to man on a big down. Put him in. He might get an interception or something.
There is one thing that makes a whole lot of difference to me. They've already said that Russell Wilson is their quarterback. But Russell Wilson is not who's going to make Malik Neighbors the number one receiver
Nah, it's
in
gonna
the
be
league.
Jameis
It's going to be Jameis Winston throwing the ball with reckless abandon, like throwing 40 interceptions. But
Malik Neighbors
will have 20
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Is the wide receiver Jameson Winston needs.
Yes, yeah, because he doesn't. There's no negative numbers on Neighbors for all the Jameis Winston interceptions.
They've got a lot of questions. Now they went and got depth. So one thing's for sure is even with the little low signs of Chris Mahertz or something, he's been a journeyman, but he's a good blocking tight end.
Right.
So they've got a lot of questions. A question that, and these signings, I have no problem with any of these signings. Actually, I'm a huge fan of the Paulson Adebo signing. I love the fact they paid Darius Slayton. I look, the Chauncey Golson is really sneaky a good signing in the depth. What they've got to decide is this is the second year in a row where they've got to make a huge draft decision. And do we believe in Kayvon Thibodeau? Do we want the outstanding Russian? They believed in that, right? They Brian Burns and they wanted Kayvon Thibodeau. They wanted to hit the quarterback all the time.
Yep.
All right. Do they go back to that strategy? Or are they like Travis Hunter's too talented to pass up?
I don't know.
He's too talented to pass up.
Yeah.
He's too talented to pass up.
You can't tell me with the signing of these three quarterbacks that they're taking Shedeur Sanders here. You can't tell me that.
There's no way.
No.
This is a bridge to next year.
That's what I'm about to say. This is for you to go and fill up the locker room with quarterbacks, there's no way you draft a quarterback round one by any means.
Yep.
These two names, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, is Dable saying, "Please don't fire me.
It is.
I'm doing all I can."
Both of them are the epitome of the 15 to 23 range of a quarterback. After that dropout, after that top 10, you might as well throw in whatever journeyman you can and just get a deal.
I could just see Malik Neighbors, and this is what I would have done if I was Malik Neighbors. I would have, because Jameis Winston got signed first. He'd been like, "Oh yes, I'm about to
ball out.
I'm about to get 2,000 yards." And then Russell Wilson, he was like, "Oh man, oh great."
I think Brian Dable was like, "Hey, y'all should go get Jameson Winston because we're going to miss out on Aaron Rodgers." And he's like, "Oh, there goes my job."
Mm-hmm.
He's going to throw 30 interceptions.
Yes,
but
he is.
And
he's going to throw 35 touchdowns.
You'll be 8-8.
I think. You got to think about it. Malik Neighbors is a play-making wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
So honestly, even when Winston throws some random stuff, if he's in the area, he's got a better chance of not getting an interception if he did.
Look what Jameis Winston did for Judy.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go back. Godwin Evans.
Yes. He started their whole run.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Godwin was unreal with Winston at quarterback.
He may get benched. I don't know. I just know we know
I
what
don't see
Jameson
him
Winston
getting benched
is.
with a 2-year deal.
He'll get benched with Russell Wilson being his quarterback.
So
Okay. Well,
right.
Who do you have? You got a great team, man.
Washington Commanders. Man,
Gosh.
what are they doing over there? Looks like they're
Building a
trying to.
championship team.
Sounds like they want to win.
Getting better is what they're doing.
Golly. They re-signed Marcus Mariota for a 1-year prove-it deal for $8
Don't
million.
blame him at all.
He's there to take the job over. Psych. So Jeremy McNichols, they didn't really do much with that either. They're just re-signing. They're just creating depth in that running back room.
He showed he can carry the rock when he needed to.
Noah Brown. Got faith with him.
Yep.
He was a big piece to their wide receiver core last year. They re-signed him, kept him on, but here we go. We got some Dallas Cowboy love with Michael Gallup.
Well, maybe not even Dallas Cowboy loves. Michael Gallup wasn't even on a roster last year.
No.
Yeah.
So he took a year off, and then I guess he decided he wanted to come
I think
back.
it's a good pickup.
It is a good pickup.
I think it's a real good pickup. Just because of his play style, it's a little different than the other wide receivers. He's going to kind of be that mid-range wide receiver for everybody.
Right.
KJ Osborne, they re-signed KJ Osborne. He's really good to play with. I liked him when he played for the Vikings. He was great to watch. Their big win this year, Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
They acquired him in a trade at 49ers. I think this is a resurgence for his career, Deebo.
It is. Absolutely.
It gives them that another running game that they didn't have before. I mean, now it's one of those, like we talked about with the Jets. You were talking about, 2 running backs in the backfield with Justin Fields. This is a similar situation. I mean, who gets the ball here?
So
they call Deebo into motion. Y'all better figure it out.
those balls that were going to the tight end, those are going to Debo.
Yeah.
Debo's the outlet guy now. That's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's a steal for a fifth round.
Man,
it's changed for a fifth round. What a steal. They just were tired of it.
They were tired of him.
They were just tired of it.
They didn't want him to start doing that prima donna stuff.
We're not there yet, but when we get talked to San Francisco, we are going to have a long discussion.
They're doing some weird shit over there.
How many wide receivers does one team need?
They said, we're going to go find a second somehow. Mm-hmm. They're going to find a second somehow.
Scary Terry was tearing it up last year.
Yep.
They let Diami Brown leave.
See, I hate that. I like the way he played.
I didn't know much about him because you just saw little sets of him. He did good.
Yep.
But we know what Debo can do.
No, without a doubt.
So they're building a championship team over there, man.
They're looking to win. There's a quicker turnaround than I saw coming.
But I'm afraid they're going to fall into the old Bengals trap here if they don't shore up that defense. That you can score 5-6 touchdowns, but if your defense can't stop nobody, you got a problem.
You're right. They kept their tight end game going.
Yep.
They re-signed John Bates and Zach Ertz, which that Zach Ertz connection, man,
it was solid.
They was great. I think they got at least another year or two with Zach Ertz. Worth just giving him $6.25 million, giving John Bates, a younger guy, a bigger contract.
Right.
Like you said, offensive tackle. They kept Trent Scott. They acquired Laramie Tunsil. I think that's
That's massive.
I like it.
That is massive.
Now, he is 30 years old. He has a lot of wear and tear.
He's got a lot of experience.
But the guy is very, very good.
At one time, he was the best tackle in the NFL.
Yep.
Yeah, he's so good.
He might not be in his prime, but I guarantee he brings a lot to the table.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to play with a winner. Everybody does. And look at the next guy, too, Nate Herbig. Everybody wants to play for a team who's potentially going to be a winner.
They're going. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, there's a good chance they end up either right before the Super Bowl or in the Super Bowl this year. If, like you said, if the defense holds up, Michael Detter, they re-signed him. They kept Farrell on the edge, but they picked up Martin and Wise on a 1-year prove-it deal. So they're looking to shore up those edges. Defensive tackle Eddie Goldman signed for a 1-year deal. Another defensive tackle, Jalen Holmes, 1-year free agent pickup.
Got it. So Dietrich Wise will be your other edge. It's not going to be Martin. It'll be Dietrich Wise.
Here's another good one. Here's a real good one. Is Kinlaw. They picked up Javon Kinlaw.
I'm not a big Kinlaw fan.
I love him.
I think
he's fast, sneaky athletic.
Yeah, he's going to come off right there. I mean, he breaks through lines, offensive lines all the time.
They re-signed everybody on their team.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I don't. I'm just saying
look what they did last year.
They love everybody that was in their room. Yeah. They love them all. Even the old man.
The team that
even
stopped
old Bobby Wagner.
The team that stopped him was the one that won the Super Bowl.
Yep. So I think these guys, man, they'll go as far as that defense will let them.
I'm just going to say this about them.
Go ahead.
All right. What they've done is offensive line, we're going to go backup help. We're going to go to depth. Mm-hmm. Defensive line, we're going to get backup help. We're going to get depth. Like Dietrich Wise has always been a productive player. He's never been a star. Clyde Farrell never lived up to that first round pick coming out with the Raiders, but he's been in the league and he's been good. He's been there. Javon Kinlaw, super athletic. You shore up that defensive line. Same with Sheldon Day. Same 1 year, get depth. Maybe somebody shows up. They've got to do something to shore up The secondary. I thought secondary was the biggest need, and
They got Will Harris.
they did get Will Harris. Will Harris isn't. I saw him with the Saints. He's a big. He'll hit you. He'll hit you. He'll go in the box.
Yeah.
And he'll hit you like Ogunjobi, Jones. I get it. Like you went up there, you try to go get it, and you got a lot of cheap pieces. And I like the depth you have. I like where you're going. They said, we got to get somebody else. We got to get Scary Terry some help. And they did that. Like everything that they needed to move forward, they made big progress on. Like defensive line, Kinlaw.
To me, the writing's on the wall where they're going in the draft. It's obvious. It's a glaring obvious to me.
Where's it at?
They're going to have opportunity to get one of the top 2 cornerbacks in this draft.
I think they're going corner, without a doubt.
They're going to have the opportunity to get one of the top 2.
So they got a round 1 pick, number 29 overall.
Yep. Round
2, 61 pick overall.
Yep.
Round 4, 6, and 7. So they've got a total of 5 picks.
It's glaring. It's like right in my face, and it's just saying cornerback.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they got to have cornerback or safety help. I mean, Jeremy Chin left.
And then if anything else, you can never have too many good cornerbacks.
I saw Lattimore. They made that trade for Lattimore. Lattimore in that game,
He got
Brown
ate up.
got used.
He got 8 up.
AJ Brown used him. Sanzariti didn't show me much last year. That's why they picked up Igbajoni.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see him going cornerback. I could see him going safety later on in the 5th round.
and Bobby Wagner's a year older, y'all. They got to go get somewhere.
Get some linebackers.
Get some
Here's my thing.
linebackers.
Do they pick any offensive players up?
They don't need them.
Oh,
Offensive line.
They're
Depth, offensive line depth. They don't need anything.
They don't go for running back. They don't go
got
for
'em.
wide receiver.
They got 3 good ones. Their second running back could start for many teams.
Their best running back is their quarterback.
That's true. That is very true.
So the fact that their quarterback is who he is makes it easier for that entire front office to make this draft. You don't have to put a bunch of time into a top running back in the draft. You've got 3 good ones, but you got the best one at your quarterback position.
When Brian Robinson went out last year, fantasy wise, you just plugged Eckler in there, and it was the same thing.
Didn't miss a step.
Matter of fact, PPR in some weeks Eckler gave you more production than Thomas.
Wasn't there a game both of them were out and McNichols ran the ball?
McNichols ran the ball and got you.
and did good.
Yeah.
So and you just shored up your receiving room by a lot. I mean, you got 7 receivers out there now.
Somebody's going to make this team on a win.
On accident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, someone's accidentally going to make this.
And Noah Brown was going over the middle getting third downs for you before he got hurt.
Now
last year.
you got Debo.
Yeah.
I mean,
KJ Osborne, he's that playmaker.
they are in such a good place for this draft. They can go best player available. They can go cornerback, safety, tight end. That's about all they need.
They need quarterback. They need safety help. They need linebacker help.
Linebacker.
They could probably go shore up. They could probably go get somebody else in the middle, in the trenches.
Yeah.
I mean, this defensive end, you can't have enough defense.
You
like
can't.
corners, you can't have enough defensive linemen and defensive ends. Like
Right.
you always want to rush the passer, but they've got about 4 tight ends, Mason Taylor and them coming out that they can make a move on.
Yep.
But
Only because their tight end room is kind of old.
old, yeah, it's older.
Bringing in a young guy while he can still learn
Yeah,
from Ertz.
I don't. That's where I see them going. Is it's got to be the secondary. The whole.
I would be willing to put money on it that they go cornerback first. They have to.
What about edge rusher?
That's where the depth is, and I mean that's what we're saying. If nobody falls to him or anything, yeah, why not?
You can never.
Maybe Shamar Stewart falls to him because of his I don't know, because of his non-production at Texas A&M,
or Pierce because of his personality
Michael
issues.
Pierce Jr.
Yeah.
or Mike Green. I don't know. Pierce is just too talented to fall that way.
Yeah.
As Araku from Boston College, he's not his frame. You don't know if he's going to be that bigger body, smaller guy because of his frame, but he's always productive there.
I used to think that bigger bod guy thing too till Jaden Daniels hasn't got hurt yet.
Right.
Well,
I'm like, dude, this stick figure guy.
But we're talking about
But we're
you
defensive
got
end, which
to
is
be able to
different.
bend. You got to be able to bend. You
Yeah.
got to be able to
without a
bend around
doubt.
that edge. And
Without a doubt.
some of these guys get to the NFL because they're big animals, but they can't bend.
yeah.
You know, and
So,
I just think I think all the talent's going to be gone at safety and corner by the time they pick. So like
at 29.
so they're going to have to trade up. Yeah. Maybe Will Johnson falls or maybe Malachi Starks falls.
I don't think they trade up at all.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think they risk future picks to move anything. I think with smart decisions with these picks that they have, because their team is already so set, that why would you do that when next year you have more value?
yeah,
Not for what they need. I don't know if this is after the corners and safeties in this class. You've only got about, Hairston maybe in the second round out of Kentucky. I mean, he's good. He's not great. I'm just kind of thinking if you're trying to win a championship, maybe you should go get your guy. If you're the Commanders, the Commanders ain't rebuilding nothing. They're going after a ring.
I kind of you see their method. They brought in 6 receivers. They're like someone's accidentally going to fall into that position. I think that's what they're going to do in the draft too.
Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised if they drafted 2 cornerbacks or 2 edges or 2 linebackers, just to see. Okay, this guy might not.
No offensive help whatsoever.
They don't need it.
All secondary.
They don't need it.
Okay.
all right. Well,
All right.
That's the way
who's
I look at
next? Joe.
Eagles.
Talk about it.
The championship Eagles.
Do you feel the
Champions.
same way you did about Pat Mahomes?
No.
Okay.
No. So I don't understand why they sent Kenny Pickett back in and brought in this Darian Thompson Robinson guy who is nothing more than an XFL quarterback at this point, maybe a high school quarterback coach. Maybe you guys can make it make sense to me. This guy has no talent, no NFL talent.
They don't have any. They have no value with that because they don't see Hurts leaving the field too often.
You got to have something there. Kenny Pickett was something. He was something.
He was.
yeah, he can nail the ball for you. He did the touch push one time, scored a touchdown.
I mean, if Jalen gets hurt, do you trust this Darian Thompson Robinson to do anything, or would you trust Kenny Pickett? I would trust Kenny Pickett. Of course, I would go find somebody.
Maybe they feel like they can develop him into something.
So
I think that's it.
maybe they,
Yeah.
Every coach thinks they can get something out of somebody. Something more.
I got to remember his draft whenever he come out of UCLA.
Terrible.
But the athleticism, you could not. I mean, the dude's an athlete, right? And if you get an athlete, I mean, that's what every team was enamored with his athleticism.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of just where the Eagles are at. Like,
If you're drafting your quarterback as an athlete, then you got a problem. Instead of being a quarterback,
look, some people have done it. You know,
they have.
I mean, look, Taysom Hill won some games for the Saints, and he's not a quarterback. And
He started off as one.
yeah, BYU, he's not a quarterback.
So they extended Saquon, of course. I mean, Saquon will be with the Eagles until the day he retires, I'm sure. This one makes no sense. Bringing in AJ Dillon on a 1-year contract, so they let Gainwell walk out the room, and they bring in AJ Dillon on a 1-year contract. Maybe they just figured Gainwell deserves his chance at it.
I thought that was a sneaky good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
You
thought AJ Dillon was?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not. I did not. AJ Dillon can't stay healthy, man.
If he can, but he's a big bruising back, and he's always had a nose for the end zone, and he gets Saquon a little bit of a break. I thought he's a big bruising back. That's what he is. Short yardage situation. Hey, maybe you want to do the touch push. You want Saquon out there? Get AJ Dillon to push you.
It's true.
Hopefully they still
I actually like this pickup for AJ Dillon.
I dislike it very much.
He's a bowling ball.
Yeah, he is.
I'm hoping they still have Boston Scott over there. I don't know if they do or not. But,
Out of Louisiana Tech.
yeah. Harrison Bryant, 1-year deal, $2 million. Granson, these tight ends don't move the needle at all. Offensive tackle, Lane Johnson.
Yeah, he's got to re-sign him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kendall Lamb, Kenyon Green, offensive guard.
Off the trade.
Yeah, off the trade.
Of CJ Gardner-Johnson.
And I think it's a good trade.
Yeah, I do too. Everybody wins in this. Kenyon Green has not exactly lived up to the hype he did coming out of Texas A&M, but he's a proven commodity.
But what is it about CJ that everybody wants him on their team for 1 year, and then they send him on his way?
I don't know, but I'd take him for 1 year.
Man, CJ is an animal. Maybe that's the problem.
Even in Florida, his draft stock dropped in Florida because of his attitude. Like he's just a dog, you know. I mean, Mike Thomas punched him in practice, broke his face.
I forgot about that. Let's see. Azeez Ojulari came from the Giants.
So much potential Azeez had coming out, and he's just been injured every year. And both him and BJ, him and his brother, like, I wish they tied all together because they were so talented coming out of college.
So they're just looking for edge help. Uche from Kansas City, he came over too. All of it's just shoring up what they already have. I mean, they brought Zach Vaughn back in for this. Someone finally gave him his respect. 3 years, $51 million.
Yeah.
He said this is a system he should have been in the whole time. He should have been a stand-up rusher coming out of Nebraska. That's what he was. And later on, the Saints finally put him in a stunt where he could be a joker and stuff. And what did he do? He sacked the quarterback. Go figure. And what do you know? Philadelphia said, we'll put you inside. We'll give you some momentum. He had 3-4. And what did he do? He showed out.
Man,
yeah,
he did. Adoree Jackson. I would have liked that move 2 years ago.
Just so
Adoree
you know,
Jackson's a little bit older. He's eight years in as a corner.
Poor Pat Mahomes has some Zach Bond memories.
Yeah, he does.
I love it.
Yeah, you got to short that. I mean, both your corners are going in. Second-year players are really, really good.
Yeah,
they're really good. And Adoree Jackson, a veteran presence in that.
He's
secondary.
He's 8 years in as a corner. I would like them picking him 2 years ago, but I see why. I can understand it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's you.
So this right here, it's just all shoring up everything. It's nothing. There's nothing here.
It's
Well, I tell you what, they traded away people and they got stuff in return. They did some valuable pickups. They got a pick in round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 in round 5.
Do you guys think they're going to be the favorite to win Super Bowl again?
They need some help on the edge. I think if they get some help on the edge, yeah. Yes. I mean, they've done it the right way. They have used everybody up, right? They've used everybody up in the draft from the Saints, everybody, and all they've gotten is just draft in return. And you know what they do? They don't go get projects. They don't do any of that. They go get players who've known Georgia. Look, they went to Georgia.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, let's go to Georgia. Draft out of Georgia.
Right.
This is who they got rid of. Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, when he got paid, he deserves it. Brandon Graham, a staple, but he was older. Milton Williams, stable. These are some of the people that they've gotten, and they've got to get younger on the edge. They've already got a great linebacker. You already got a great defensive lineman.
Great offensive line.
Great offensive line.
Yeah.
Push.
Yeah.
I mean, you built it right. You built it right in the trenches. Now, I don't know why they wouldn't go do Howie Roseman. He's going to go do the same thing. He's going to go trenches. Hey, who's going to be there? He might scoop up Walter Nolan at Ole Miss or something like that, like a big body.
My thing is why they get rid of Gainwell?
Because
Gainwell was going to be expensive as a
You
backup.
think it's a money thing?
As a backup, and
I don't think it is.
I think the Eagles wanted to let him have his chance.
You think that was it? He was going to be diminished behind Saquon? And they were doing it for his benefit?
Gainwell has the talent to be a 2-down back. Maybe not a 3-down back. He's not a bell cow, but he has way more talent than what they were doing with him here.
Without a doubt.
We don't know. They might have offered him a contract, and Gainwell said, I'd
like to see myself on the market.
Yeah, I'd like to become a number one. Maybe I got a chance to be.
Yeah. Plus, I
wouldn't mind winning Super Bowls and playing behind Saquon, but every player's maybe he's got something to prove.
Yeah.
We don't know the complete story behind all that.
I think the Eagles have a good chance to win Super Bowl again next year, but my belief is that it's going to be the Ravens.
Oh, I hope so. For
they
Lamar's sake.
If you look at it on paper at every team, there is no weakness.
Yeah, but man, last year something happened in that last game.
Yeah.
Everybody made mistakes.
Yes.
But they should have got past where they were.
Yeah, I agree.
And Mark Andrews made the big one.
I gotta
Mark
say,
Andrews did make a lot of mistakes.
yeah, I gotta say something for the Eagles. They lost Mekhi Becton, and that was Mekhi Becton first round pick, and he's always struggled. They moved him to guard, and he had a great year. He moved on. I think they got stronger. on the offensive line
By
the
bringing
Eagles.
Kenyon Green into cover.
Yes, they got younger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mekhi Becton was a great talent coming
Yes.
out. Tackle, it didn't quite work out with the Jets, and hey, Phil, we'll give you a try. We'll put you at guard.
I think
Good.
Kenyon Green and him match pretty evenly.
I mean, I think you just got better. You got young.
So, yeah.
The Josh Sweat, you losing Josh Sweat hurts, but I don't think it's anything you can't make up.
Right. I agree.
I
I don't like the A.J. Dillon pickup like you guys do. Let us know at home what you guys think about A.J. Dillon.
mean,
It's not dramatic, but I mean, I think it's a great move. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you got rid of Gainwell. That happened initially, so it's not like you had to make a decision with that. With AJ Dillon, you have that guy that bowling ball type character,
Right.
Saquon's not a bowling ball. He's he's very fluid. So
Yeah.
they just got a different element they added to the team.
I guess.
I mean, that's
I mean, you can't just keep pushing Hurts through the line for the rest of his career.
you can't keep doing that to your offensive linemen either. Your offensive line are taking that beating.
Man.
I mean, they said it. There's talk right now. They're trying to make it illegal. They're trying to make this play illegal.
That's Green Bay. They're so upset.
They're so mad.
Please stop. Until you stop it, stop. It's football. Stop this.
So why would A.J. Dillon jump in immediately over Will Shipley? Will Shipley's more talented than A.J. Dillon. Or is it just because A.J. Dillon's a bigger guy?
It's a bigger guy, and I don't think Will Shipley's more talented than A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon just been hurt. I don't think that. I mean, I saw Will Shipley play at Clemson. Like he's good, but he's not nothing that.
I mean,
that
A.J. Dillon's not, to me, nothing.
Well, I think if I need 3rd and 2, I'm gonna feed it to A.J. Dillon before I feed it to Shipley or
That's a good point. He can just fall forward.
3rd down. I mean,
So what do you think about the Darius Slay trade?
That
they
could be
needed
that could be the hurt. That could be the one that hurts the
That's
most.
the one that really got me. I didn't understand that one.
no, because he's older.
He's older.
I completely agree.
And
But he showed his butt last year.
And they probably looked at the draft and were like, "Man, there's three or four
I
safeties
was
coming
saying, you
in."
think that's where it's going?
Oh yeah.
Howie Roseman is a master of like, hey, let's get rid of him before we don't have any value.
Yeah.
Hey, let's build this way. That's why he drafts the way he does. That's how they collect picks. That's how they get these players.
Their picks are great.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some of the best picks going into next year after winning the Super Bowl.
Roseman is the bizarro Mickey Loomis.
Yeah, he's bizarro.
The exact
Mickey
opposite.
Loomis. Yeah.
Man, I wish he would read his book or something.
Yeah.
Maybe-
I just so that doesn't move a needle with me because the 2 corners they have and all that are just going to come on. They're going to be better.
Okay.
I mean, I felt terrible because I was like, oh, I can't believe they're going to run these 2 rookies out. Philadelphia did. I was wrong.
Wow.
It's all right. I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right, coming from the community. All right, right now, Dynasty League.
Dynasty.
Brees Hall is a out of 10. He's not even ranked the top 10 wide running backs right now.
Right.
Do you take him over Christian McCaffrey?
I have him.
Do you take him over Christian? Would you rather have CMC, who was hurt all year, or Brees Hall?
I'd rather have Brees Hall.
Then Brees Hall sneaks in your 10 then.
Yeah. Brees Hall's probably right at 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not, and this is just me. This is without looking at stats.
Sure.
I will never, ever trust Christian McCaffrey ever again.
This boy has resentment against everybody.
Who's burned him?
Yeah. My team was a 100% championship team, and then Christian McCaffrey goes down.
He's still mad at 6th grade girlfriends who broke up with him.
Man, I'm telling you.
Bucky Irvin?
I hope. I love Bucky Irvin.
Do you take Bucky Irvin or Brees Hall?
Bucky Irvin.
Really? Y'all
I
both do?
don't have to even think about it. Bucky Irvin all day long.
Yeah. He proved himself. I don't believe the Jets will utilize him the way he needs to be utilized going into next year.
Right.
So I think Bucky Irvin all day.
But I don't even think about Christian McCaffrey.
Because the format in which he's playing with Tampa Bay right now, more value next year.
Okay, I got Brees Hall.
Okay.
But I love Bucky Irvin. Let's not take anything from Bucky Irvin.
No.
And I'm just
You're going Brees Hall over Bucky Irvin.
Yeah.
Man, that's hard to believe coming from you.
I know because I loved him. I loved him. And I think when it's all said and done, Rashad White, I think Tampa's probably going to draft a running back, and Rashad White's going to be somewhere else.
Yeah, he's gone.
That's a good pick.
I think that's going to happen.
He's done.
And hey, this is your boy, Brees Hall. I know this is you. Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor.
Oh man,
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all three just believe Jonathan Taylor is going to blow up.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if they get this quarterback thing figured out, Jonathan Taylor will have 1,700 plus rushing touchdowns.
His value next year is
And
amazing.
he will have 12 plus touchdowns and 1,700 yards.
I can't imagine the Colts screwing it up next year like they did this year.
I can.
Okay.
I can't.
Another question for you.
All right.
All right. We got all these moves. New England has made. Is Stephon Diggs going to be a 1,000-yard receiver?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I think he's going to be the number one. He's going to be 1,000.
Yes. He's going to be their first 1,000-yard rusher since 2019.
Receiving, yep.
I like it.
Receiving, I'm sorry.
Where are y'all picking him? Is he in top 30?
Yeah.
Top,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
top 20?
Yeah. Okay, so I draft running back without fail.
Yep.
Without fail. So around the 5th is when I'm looking for him. Around the 5th inning. Around the 5th round.
Oh, opening day was last night. I see what your name was.
You know I'm a big Yankees fan.
Yankees fan. They won.
It goes God, country, family, Yankees.
Yeah, they won last night. Yep.
Yeah. I love the Yankees so much.
Yep. And
And he hates so many other people.
yeah. Stephon Diggs, 1,000 yards.
And without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking for him.
I think
Who's
so.
the number 2? Is it Polk? Is it
Polk has the talent.
Is
I
it
don't know.
Butte?
I don't think he's there yet.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
These are a couple questions that come up on our X community.
Yeah, I don't think he's there yet.
And we like to.
I was hoping Josh Palmer was going to go there.
Well,
That would have been a good one.
it had been nice, but
Yeah. So
that's about all we got, right?
All right. That sounds good to me. Well, until next time. I'm Nick.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, I'm the channel.
And we're out.
Smashmouth Footballers.
This ain't no regular thing.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.